It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
What's going on? Flippinar 216, and today's title is wholesaling real estate the best option for new real estate investors? I think that's how I got it titled. Okay, so we'll get to that.
Yes, that's it. It's wholesaling real estate, the right option to start as a new real estate investor.
Mike's.
Right.
Okay. All right. But anyway, so real quick before Adrian takes over, you want to join us live, text the word Gator to the number 205-964-5243. Got a new keyword for you guys today. You know how we get down. I used to have the Comps 101, which was free. So I knew at some point it was going to become not feasible as far as manpower, and of course that has to be paid. Text the letters FUP for fixed up price. I think that's what it means. Yeah, fixed up price. I had to come up with something that it's just not a common word. Fixed up price, FUP, and follow the instructions there if you want to get houses and land comped. The instructions there on the page. Make sure you scroll all the way down the page to read the instructions there, and it shows you how to send your compensation. So, boom. So text FUP if you're wanting to get properties comps for cash. So we'll be showing that a little later. Over to you, AP.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us live this Thursday, this last Thursday of March. March is done, y'all. It's gone. It's out the window. It's DONE, okay? The first quarter of the year is over with, but you still have time. You still have time, and you're in a good place because you're here with us. And this is where you ask questions in regards to wholesaling real estate with little to no cash or credit and other forms of real estate investing with the best ones to do it in the business, which is Ty, the Flip Man, and the beautiful Miss Renikia from ATL. So you're in a good place, guys. This is the place where it's a safe place. You ask those questions that you wouldn't get answered otherwise. You can ask them live by texting the word Gator, GATOR, to the number 205-964-5243. You can join us live, ask your question, your follow-up question after that. You can also post your question in the comment section, and that's where I'll read the questions and the questions will be answered. Now, I always like to go through and send some shout outs to you guys in the chat box. So Jenny Copes from Cleveland, Ohio, Kay James from ATL, Anthony Haskins from Louisa, Virginia. Thank you for joining us. Jacqueline Roselle, Angel, Lord Will, VB, Cass, Body by Tay, VA. Yes, let's get it. That's what you say. Farron's from ATL as well. See, this is an awesome place for you to link up with other individuals, other wholesalers in your area. Rashida Kid QP and Solomon Alsawat. Thank you. And I see you guys on Instagram and TikTok as well. Killicam _Junior, Coastal Hideout, Pretty Nay. Yes, you are. Milton _Velez, JJ Jones 1785. Also post your questions in that chat there. If you have any issues with listening, where the volume is too low, or you can't see the information that's being shared, always know that YouTube has the best experience for joining us live, and hop over to that platform as well. Rennie, how's it going this week?
Everything is great. How are you?
I'm good. A little under the weather. We had some storms come through. Hey guys, if you're in the southern, central Alabama, I hope you fared well through the weather that we had come through yesterday. A few tornado warnings, few tornadoes. This is just our season, guys. So especially here in Alabama. So make sure you're staying attuned to the weather. So hope everyone is safe. But yeah, that pollen is serious out there. It's like yeah, I don't know what's going on. I've never in my life had issue with allergies, but stepped outside yesterday and boom, I ain't sick.
That's what the rain, it washed it all away.
Yeah, but before the rain yesterday, the wind was 50, 60 miles per hour winds, knocking everything down, stirring it up.
Right. I think it must be some new pollen out here, because
that's what it
I
is.
never got sick either. Today I had this massive headache today. I'm like, it's just some new pollen out here, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
And then someone mentioned to me, I don't know how it's true, guys. You can kind of chime in if you want. They said if you experience whether through COVID, which I did twice, both years, they said does something, I guess, to your sinuses or something, and it maybe makes you a little bit more prone to
Mm,
allergies. I'm like, gosh, I've been all my life, and now COVID and gave me allergies too.
What, you know
right.
what the answer to that is?
What?
Put some Neosporin.
All my life.
Nah, it's not Neosporin. You put some Vicks Vapor Rub. Put some Vicks Vapor
Not
Rub
for
on
me,
that.
y'all.
Put it
You
under
know,
your nose, put it under
ibuprofen.
your feet, and it's gonna open you up, and you're gonna be good. Now, don't be saying nothing when I be walking around here smelling like eucalyptus leaves now, because just call me a koala, because that's what I got on. Okay. I'm going to jump right into these questions, guys. So Jacqueline says, and this is actually for you, Renikia, right
Mhm.
off the top.
Okay.
How can someone, hello everyone, question for Renikia. How can someone have to be a business before they can work with your company? Maybe she's saying, do you have to have a business license before she can work with you?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Now, when it comes to like our residential fix and flip, buying whole rental loans, all of our loans goes into a business name. So yes, in that scenario, you do need a business in order to get financing from a lender like myself, and really all lenders when it comes to asset-based lending, because we all lend to businesses. It's like a B2B type of transaction instead of B2C. I wouldn't say yeah, yeah, you would need a business to work with me. And that should be a simple fix. I mean, if you're looking to do like fix and flip and rental properties, you really want to buy that stuff in your business name anyway. So it really puts you in the right perspective from day one, structuring your business and your assets, and protecting your assets with the right structures from day one. So
All right. Thank you for answering that. Hopefully you got that, Jacqueline. Joy, I see you down there. I will bring you on after I read these two questions. Okay. Wave at me if you heard me. Yeah, got you coming up next. So Anthony Haskins, oh, you starting it off. Here you go, Ty. I'd like to know how to get the documents to use for the contracts, the buyers and sellers. So you're fortunate. You can text the keyword contract to that number 205-964-5243, and that information will be sent over to you via text message, and you'll be able to download the information that you need and access that one-page contract that is available to you. Thank you. So Angel Waters, who is from ATL, says, I want to know from Flipman, okay, Flipman, do I need to have a license to do wholesaling? I'm new to this. So Renikia, I'm going to direct this towards you, actually. This is your backyard. Do you have to have a license to wholesale in Atlanta, Georgia, specifically?
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Wholesaling is just a form of transaction. Anything can be wholesaled, and that's kind of how I like to explain it. I mean, you can wholesale anything. Anything can be wholesale. So no, you do not need a wholesale license to wholesale in Georgia.
Okay. Joy, you're ready. I'm going to go ahead and bring you on now. Hey guys, you two can join us live by texting Gator, but we have Joy on with us this evening. Where are you calling from?
Hi, everyone. I'm calling from Texas.
Hey, I
Oh,
think we've had you
I've
on
never seen you
before.
before, huh?
Yeah, you did. I started up, but I don't know if you can see my sign, so that way you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, but the problem is I have started posting it, but I was using my pen, like a black pen and marker eraser to write it. And but when I pass by the street, I feel like they don't see it. And I was thinking, is there like a place that I could go where they can actually put my phone number on this empty vendor, like this kind of vendor sign?
Well, you know what? A sign you can get a sign company to do it inexpensively locally. If you can get them to do it for What do you think, Adrian? Maybe you're a sign person. Maybe $1 a sign, 50 cents. You're in the game.
Yeah, 50 cents, $1 a sign. Now, the option I would say is, for one, you can go to your craft store, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or even your
home improvement,
your home improvement stores, and just buy the numbers. But see, that's going to start getting expensive because there's only so many letters in that adhesive sticker pack. But if you have, like Ty mentioned, a sign company, Fast Signs Pros, something that's a big business, but a local, maybe even like a t-shirt shop that does a mom and pop that does like the, custom t-shirts.
Yeah.
And tell them your number, they can cut it out in vinyl for you. So I'm thinking, like Ty said, 50 cents to $1. That's what I would charge, I guess, if you did it. And you would just put it on there.
Well, also, you can purchase the right type of marker. Just remember, the marker has to be it has water-based, which which they'll tell you in the store which ones hold up and outside or whatever. But the tip is what you're concerned about. You want that, what they call it, the wide chisel tip.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to get, because your stroke needs to be wide in order for people to see that number from a distance or whatever. So you can still use those, but in the future, look like you ordered those off of Amazon or somewhere.
Yeah, I did, and I ordered like about 100 of it. And I went to a street and I posted it, and I used the black marker. But when I drove past it, the sign was there, but I don't think, like,
they
looking
could see
at
the
it,
number.
I'm so sorry.
So I know you were trying to save money there.
Mm-hmm.
You can still salvage that group of signs, but hold on, let me grab. But to have your number printed there,
Yeah.
With the number there, it just worth the extra money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So because what happened? The reason you can get them at a discount on Amazon is because they just print all the same signs.
Yeah.
And they don't have to worry about, by having different phone numbers on there, each person they're gonna have a different phone number, then they have to take on that cost. But if I can just print 1,000 signs, yeah, I can sell them cheaper than a specialized sign. Because once you put a phone number on it, now it's customized. That's the word I'm looking for. It's customized. Mm-hmm. So with this particular order, go ahead and just buy the chisel tipped a marker, a black marker, and that should get you going. If you can get a red one, that would really work, because it'll offset the color, that blue color that you have, and that red is going to automatically attract attention. Now, if you want to, the company that I recommend, and if nothing else, you can use them as a pricing tool. Just text me on the 205-964-5243, and I'll send you over that information on ordering signs.
So what do I need to put on the text message? Just say information on ordering signs? On
the text message?
To you.
Yeah, you said if I...
Oh, yeah. Just say I'm the lady that ordered the signs off Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then one more question, and like for the one contract paper, like, where you have the contract, because I saw a house, and also as I was speaking to a buyer, that I found, a friend of my husband usually buy a house and flip it. And then they were saying that they don't want a brick house, and stuff like that. So like I was driving by and I saw this selling by owner, but it wasn't a brick house. So like now, if I see somebody like, okay, they're selling a house and by owner, and if I'm trying to reach out to them, what should be like my first approach when I'm trying to talk to them, in regarding going into contracts with this property?
And that's on a for sale by owner property?
Yes.
You got the floor, Renikia.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the question? I'm sorry. What was the question?
She was saying, like, what should the conversation be like when you see a for sale by owner sign? When she calls them, how should that conversation go? Which, they want to sell, so it's not like a cold call, it's more of a warm lead. If anything, I was just saying you can sort of explain what you would do.
Yeah, I mean, I think majority of all conversations are going to have some of the similar questions and it's a very similar conversation on all everyone that you call. I mean, you see it for sale by owner, obviously it's a warm, it's not a cold call, it's someone that's actually selling the property. And that's a very easy conversation. Hey, just give me a call. I just noticed your sign. You're selling a property. Could you give me a little bit more information about the property that you're selling? What is the purchase price? Any deferred maintenance need to be done or rehab needs to be done to it? Just begin to go down and see what is the current condition. What are they selling the property for? And then from there, really just probably getting access to the property so you can take a look at it, do your pictures and things of that nature so you can begin to understand exactly what you need to offer for that particular property. So I feel that it's a very easy conversation when you speak to a for sale by owner because they are expecting your call already. So just keep the conversation about the property, what they want to sell it for, and then begin to ask them any conditional properties about the roof, the plumbing, deferred maintenance, rehab, and things of that nature, and then maybe get to a conclusion of when can you access the property to take a look at it.
Okay, no problem. And then when I'm going there to take a look at it, they have to be present too, right? To walk around, or does that go?
With some of the homeowner?
Yeah.
They don't have to be. I mean, it really depends on the homeowner. I mean, they have a lock box there. They may give you a lock box. They may meet you there. It really depends on the homeowner how they want to give you access to the property.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, if you want to have an idea what to say, if you text the word script to the 205-964-524, that video will explain how the conversation should go. So.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate what you guys do. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Miss Joy. You have a good night, okay?
And you too as well. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, you still have plenty of time to join us live. We're just getting started on this Thursday evening. Again, just text the word Gator. You will receive information on how to join us live on your own, and you can ask questions. Okay. Yes, that. So Drew Pinnock has a question, and I like this because we often talk about there's multiple ways to go about marketing and there's multiple avenues to generate leads. But we also sometimes, Reniki and Ty, say something about find your niche. Okay, find your niche and then hone in on it. So the question is, hey, Ty and crew, I'm trying to commit to one strategy, but not sure which one. Please advise. So if you're starting out and you want to focus on one, how do you pick which one?
Well, the first two things, the first things for me is resources. All right. So what's your budget? You know, that's going to dictate a lot on some stuff is going to be off the table or whatever, depending on the budget that you have. All right. So let's establish that first. How much can I spend each month comfortably to generate leads? Now, if that's zero, it's zero. But whatever that is, then that will determine on first of all what you can target. So if you know you only have, I'm just going to use $500. That's a lot of money on a monthly basis to spare. You know, so for a lot of people. So but I'm going to use that number. So don't think that has to be the number. I'm just going to use that example. So now you can do bandit signs. All right. Now you may do bandit signs 1 month, setting up text messaging the next month, then cold calling the next month. Right. But he said he wanted one. I'm sorry. I'm getting off track. So one. All right. So first start with your budget, then your time and resources. Your time, and then who are you as a person? Right. Because cold calling ain't for everybody. Now, anybody can do it, but some people can do it consistently because that just sort of fits just down their lane. You know, we all know them talkers, you know, and they feelings don't get hurt because you say no or call them, you know what, you hush your mouth or whatever. You know, then you got people like me, you know, be ready to go home and get in the fetal position or whatever. So if you know you like me, then that may not be an option for you. Another option for you may be text messaging or whatever. So Now, again, so it starts with your budget, your time, and then knowing who you are as a person. But you're right. What was his first name?
This was Drew.
Drew. You got to stick to it. Whatever lane you choose, you got to be consistent, persistent, and patient, and work on it daily. Your thoughts, Miss Williams?
No, I agree 1000% what you just said, Ty. Because it's very important. I mean, first of all, you can only do what you can do, and a lot of times that determine what you can do based on what resources you have, as well. And I will also add to that, is really, I'm not for sure. Is he talking about niches as far as lead generation niches, or he's talking about, are we going to focus in on probate leads versus,
Oh, I ain't thinking about
drive,
it.
I'm kind of confused on which niche that he's looking for. Lead generation niches are, certain type of leads, type of niches like probate leads, or I'm only going to focus on pre-foreclosure leads and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But most importantly, if it's like probate versus, foreclosure, things of that nature, I would say this: which one gives you the most fish in the sea? Because you can focus on a niche and your niche is too small, where the buyers is few in between. But if I'm wholesaling, I want to put myself in the pond that I can get more fish when I put out my fishing pole. So if I had to pick one or the other, I'm gonna focus on a pond that's gonna give me the most leads and the most fish, so I can make the most money or generate the most leads, so I have the most opportunity to make the most money. If you're speaking on that type of niches.
Well, Drew, if you're still, he says, well, he just said, what do you recommend? Okay, what do you recommend? Yeah, Drew, but which avenue are you speaking of?
We don't have enough information to recommend anything. Like I said, we need to know what your budget is. If you have one, we got.
And I also say this: know all angles. You can focus in on. Hey, I'm gonna focus in on owners, absentee owners. But at the end of the day, if you do get a substitute property, know what to do with it. So understand all angles as you do specialize in one niche or two niches. But at the same time, no matter what property you get, you know what to do with it, no matter what the situation is.
All right. BB Swift, I see you on TikTok. Yes, this is real. You say you waited to hear a response. This is your response. If you want to join us live, you're more than welcome to. Glad you joined us here on TikTok. I'm reading your question. You say, I found you about 2 years ago. I believe in you. Have you heard of Landmodo?
Land who?
Landmodo.
How you spell it?
Landmodo.
What do they do?
I don't know. But yes, you're in the right place. If you have an additional question, we're going to look that up and see exactly what that is. So
I have heard of Modelo before.
Says Landmodo helps you buy land with owner financing, also called seller financing. So I guess it's some type of transaction platform where people basically network and post deals or whatever. But owner finance land. So I guess that's where you can post deals that are available for owner financing, from what this title says here.
Interesting.
Okay.
So they got.
See, you just taught us something new, B Swift. But yes, this is most definitely the place to be if you have questions in regards to wholesaling real estate and other forms of real estate investing. Going over to Instagram, Milton_Velez says, you have changed his life. He started watching his videos and he sold over 70 contracts in a year and a half. Thank you, Flip Man. Ooh, what the dollar amount add up to? What's the dollars with that?
No, you change your life.
Right. Wow.
You change your life. I just exposed you maybe to something you wasn't aware of.
Yeah, but absolutely. You must definitely put in that work.
You put in that work to do 70. That's good.
Yeah, it's
really good.
It's just a tool. It's just a tool and it has to be used, but you change your life. You're the guarantee. That's why when people say, well, can you guarantee I can do it? No, I can't guarantee you nothing.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You are the guarantee.
You are the guarantee.
What I say and the tools that I recommend or the content that I put out there are only tools that have to be used, but you are the guarantee. He was the guarantee to do those 70 plus properties. You know, anybody guarantees you they can do anything, you know, that's a trip now. Now I can say a money back guarantee, you know, whatever, you're not satisfied.
Right.
That's different. But I'm not guaranteeing you're going to have to do anything.
Exactly.
Okay, so Eric Butler says, hello, everyone. I have a property that I'm looking at, but there's nothing around to compare it to. It's a 2-story, and all the properties in the area are 1-story homes.
He said the property that he's looking at is 2 and everything else is 1s.
Correct.
Well, you have to go with nearest and best. You know, yours may just be the outlier. Sometimes you have that. I know we see properties, especially quote unquote in the hood, you may see somebody overbuilt. They can't ever get that, what they, you know, put into it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go with what, you know, what's available to you and just make an adjustment. You know, the square footage are still, you know, still, you should be able to still find similar square footage. If you can't, you still can adjust based on price per square foot. But how would you handle that, Mr.?
No, that's definitely, it's just an adjustment. You know, it may be a 4-bed, 2-bath, and all the other properties are 3-2, and you adjust for the additional bedroom and additional square footage and additional bathroom. But those are just adjustments. But I would want to know: are you looking just in the subdivision? Are you going out maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles? But I would still go out to determine how far out that I need to go to get a comp. You know, just to see it. It's not to say that you're going to use a comp 5 miles out, but if I got to go 5 miles out for a 2-story home, then I got to take all of that in consideration. But honestly, it's just a fair adjustment. That's it.
All right. Let's see here. Denise Favors says, hey, y'all, I'm a real estate agent in the ATL. I lost an offer this week, even though I offered $30,000 over for my client. I'm over it. Ty, I want to flip multifamily, but I only have a 685 score. Help, y'all.
That's a ridiculous
question. You want to wholesale?
No,
multifamily, you want to flip multifamily?
I guess you want to renovate multifamily and then flip it. Maybe, you know, place a tenant and then flip it.
Which 685, you're good. You're really good. That's your score is great. You can flip, you can go to the bank, you can go to a private lender, you can flip all day on the multifamily. So, and it's one of those things we have to understand. I mean, Atlanta is a very competitive market. We got a lot of cash crowds out here that will jump that $30,000 over. So it's a numbers game. You know, I would just look at it as a numbers game because Atlanta doesn't have a lot of multifamily duplexes and triplexes and things of that nature unless you're more in the historical area. So I can only imagine the amount of competition with the multifamily that we do have. So it's just a competitive market. But with a 685 credit score, you can go to any bank or you can go to any private lender. You can definitely get financing for multifamily with that credit score.
All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm working on light here. It's plugged in. It's right here.
There they go. Go ahead. I'll get it.
All right, sorry, technical difficulties. Yes, Renikia, she said thank you for that. So just need to know. Let's go here. Okay, so Queen in Queen's World, the real, has a question. It's in regards to its own EMD fund. She wants to know, does anyone loan out EMD funds? So my question is, which side are we talking about? The earnest money deposit going to the seller, which should be minimal at best, right? Yeah. And then if you're on the other side of it and you're the buyer, then you would have the EMD. So I guess what would you need to answer that question fully?
Well, to answer that question, 9 times out of 10, there's no true funding, like loan funding for earnest money. But there are creative ways to fund your earnest money, if you say so. There's not loan, because earnest money is $10, $100 to $500. So it's no loan for something like that. But if you do want to kind of finance it, I would just leverage your credit off a credit card. I mean, you may get a $10,000 credit card, $4,000 or $5,000 off of it. Use that for your earnest money. So you somewhat, if you think about it, financing your earnest money from your credit card by advancing the cash off of it. That's one way. Ask a friend, family for the money. That's a loan per se. But yeah, it's no real loan from earnest money. It's just a creative ways to kind of finance your earnest money, like leveraging your credit, getting a credit card or a loan from the bank and kind of financing it there, or just asking friend and family. But most importantly, if you align a wholesale deal perfectly or correctly, end buyer should be paying that earnest money. If you really align it the way it needs to align and have your end buyer come, already know kind of who your end buyer is. So during your due diligence period, they could come in and they'll be the one to put up the earnest money. So, you could use that as well and just let your end buyer put up the money. But you got to have an end buyer. The end buyer got to be ready to go to put up that money. So.
Okay, and she did follow up and said the seller. She said the earnest money deposit with the seller. So,
well, see, my question is, what type of properties are you targeting? Who are you targeting if there's a earnest money deposit? And okay, who are you targeting? Because as Renika started off her statement with $10 to $100. So we can get that from somebody. You might not have, but we can get that. We can ask several people to come up with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We need so
$20 bill,
where you feel you need a larger earnest money deposit than that. Now, occasionally you're gonna deal in some higher end properties. $100 ain't gonna work or whatever sometimes, but you'll be surprised on when it will still work or whatever. So my question is, who are you targeting where $10 to $100 doesn't work? What type of properties are you targeting?
Okay. Queen and Queens, if you wanted to follow up with the response to that, I'll be happy to come back and read that response that you have there.
Let me throw this ad in right quick.
Go ahead.
If you need your properties, people always asking, will you comp this or whatever. So boom, here you go. FUP is short for fixed up price, but text FUP and you can get your properties comp. So we are offering that service now. So FUP if you need comp. So comps for cash.
Okay, so we're halfway in, and I think we have quite a few people that have joined us. So the question for today was: is
wholesaling real estate the best option for new real estate investors?
Okay, so is it?
I think we need to go a little longer.
You ain't got no answer.
That's a good question. I love that. I love that question. That's a really great question.
I know I'm trying to get it around the 50-minute mark, 40 something.
Oh, okay. Okay. And see, I was trying to do halfway in.
Yeah,
okay.
no.
My bad.
We're gonna get a little more people in here.
We're gonna get some more folks in here. Okay. So I will jump right back into the questions. So this is from TikTok Daryl. I bought a home from Detroit Land Bank to start flipping homes. Am I heading in the right direction? I think it's going to be like, what's your end game, right?
Yeah.
Well, one thing about that land bank, you have to have your liquidity together. When you're dealing with the Detroit Land Bank, you have to be able to pay that cash up front. And on top of that, a lot from what I understand about that land banking out in Detroit is that they only give you so many days where you gotta have the money to renovate those properties as soon as you purchase them. That's why they're going so cheap, because you got to renovate them ASAP, or whatever the case may be. So you got to have your liquidity. I'm not for sure about wholesaling those land bank properties. I really feel that you need to take full possession of it and then sell it because they're not that expensive. So you can put $5,000 down and get that property in full possession and then wholesale it. But I'm not for sure exactly wholesaling from the land bank works without taking full possession. But what do you think?
He said he wanted to flip, right?
To start flipping homes.
Well, at the end of the day, if you got we're going to assume you got the resources, it still needs to be a great deal. Now, just because something is cheap doesn't mean it's in a fix and flip neighborhood. All neighborhoods are not fix and flip because sometimes the repairs will exceed the ARV, but it may be a great rental area if you're in, I don't know, 50,000 and the ARV is only 50,000, but you may be able to rent out for 900, so all that has to be taken into consideration. Don't just cause it's cheap. Now, a lot of people say, oh, you can get a house for $1,000. No, I can't lose in that. Yes, you can. It just depends. So just make sure your numbers, basically at the end of the day, I'm saying make sure your numbers are right.
Yeah.
Now, just going to piggyback. So for those that say that, oh, if you can get a house for $1,000, and you're like, no, that's not necessarily a good deal because the repairs are going to exceed what the ARV is. But what about those individuals like myself who sometimes thinks, is it cheaper just to get that house for $1,000, graze it down, and then just have that lot and just wait and then collect the lots in the neighborhood?
Well, yeah, you could do that. You could do that. But I've been in Birmingham 30 years. Right? 32 years in September. It's some neighborhoods that if I would have bought $1,000 back in 1990, I'm sorry, when I came? Yeah, 1990, it's still worth $1,000. So you got to be, I'm like, for real.
That's stock everywhere, nowhere.
You know what I'm saying? So be careful is my point. So,
yeah. And most importantly, the land bank, you can't do what you want to do. That's what a lot of people don't realize. You can't do what you want to do. It's like particular things you can do when you buy from that land bank, especially those $1,000 properties. You have to fix it up in 2 to 3 months. I'm not for sure about tearing it down, but it needs to be fixed up in 3 months. That's the only reason why they're giving it to you for $1,000. So a lot of times it's requirements and red tape when you're getting those type of properties like that. You have to read the fine print.
Hey, let me share something with y'all. They say on the daily lives, I get 5 minutes to just go off the deep end. I was in a little.
They allow that. We don't do that here.
Okay.
That ain't Wakanda.
Wait, I like the deep end. We need to incorporate the deep end on the weekly basis.
I'm sorry. So I can't do it or do it.
Nikki asked, I'm gonna tell you, Nikki asked
Let's go.
a question earlier when we came up here when we was on our way here. She said, well, Mama, what's the difference between the Thursday lives and the other lives? Because he does other lives and you ain't on those. So what makes your Thursday special? We don't allow the 5 minute off in the deep ends. How about that? How about that? That's the difference.
Hey, next question.
Next.
I like it. 5 minutes. Let's go off the deep end.
We don't do that here. So from Instagram, Westside Martian says, do you have any recommendations for any good VAs and how to build a wholesaling business? Okay. Recommendations for good VAs. Let's tackle that first.
Well, for me, with my exposure or whatever, with the content and stuff, the ones that I use currently sort of came to me, right? And so it's sort of hard for me to really give a strong, I know where you can go look for them or whatever, but it's going to, and like the guys that I'm using right now, we've discussed me referring them, but they said they really are not set up to take on much more than what I got them going. You know what I'm saying? So I got three of them in that particular, and then another one that's not related to them. So I got like 4 of them that's working right now. So, normally people are going to go Upwork and Fiverr, right? They're going to, so it's really going to be like, and I somewhat had to mold these guys into, what they was already pretty good when they came in, but you still got to train them to do it your way. So assuming you got to have a process that you can train them to do first though, right? Now you may get fortunate off the top. Now a lot of them are experienced with real estate because they've been working for other people and they've seen different systems. So, and they can talk the talk and all of that, so that ain't the issue. That's not the issue. It just get them to work through your process or whatever. So having the tools in place, the CRMs to make everything connect, that's what I guess you're really run. But as far as the recommending a VA, I really can't, because the ones that I'm dealing with, they sort of came to me or whatever, and I decided to give them a shot and it's worked out. So I'm not in a place where I can really recommend anyone specifically. I just know where the places you can go to find an abundance of them is Fiverr, FIVERR.com, and Upwork, UPWORK.com. So, but Google's still your friend or whatever. So, well, what do you think, Renika?
I know I say the same thing. Fiverr are just organic people that comes to you that attracts to your brand. Some of the best assistants I have had is people that really wanted to learn a business. And so it was, I wouldn't say there was a VA, but if you want to learn a business, then I put together a field opportunity, then, they was there to do those field services. So it's a two-way thing to do it. I don't know if you need a VA because you want to kind of wholesale out of state. Are you looking for someone inside your state locally? If you're talking about someone locally, maybe find someone that want to learn a business, and by default, they do the things that needs to be done that you may not have time to do. And by just to shadow you or to move with you as you run your business.
Okay, and the second part of that question was, how do you build a wholesaling business?
One transaction at a time.
Well, again, for me, is you got to create some success first, right? Mm-hmm. And from there, you're going to compound what's working and fixing what's not working. There are a lot of tools out there that can. I don't like to. I know you hear the word automation, but it'll keep things in motion that still has to be monitored. It's not going to flip a switch and deal just going to come out. So you got to have a strong marketing plan. You got to have a strong system to monitor and track and create follow-ups for you. And then you got to have people in place to do a lot of the small things to free up as much of your time as possible. So you can just continuously repeating the process, pumping out deals. So, but people going to go about that so many different ways. I don't think I'm the most organized. I think I've gotten a lot better over the last couple of years or whatever, but I'm still a work in progress. That's why I know anybody can do this. Because that's one of my weakest points is organization. So I'm working on that daily, trying to get better. So your thoughts, Renika?
Yes, it's an ongoing perfection. It's really just a consistent flow. It's how you build any business. I wouldn't isolate a wholesale business from any other business. You have to put in the work on a daily basis. The key and the biggest component to a wholesale business is lead generation. You got the leads coming in, there's gonna be goals somewhere because it's a numbers game. So it's a consistent flow. Systems, like Ty said, everything just Ty stated, and a consistent flow of it, and a consistent flow of lead generation. If you consistently can and find a marketing strategy where you can consistently generate leads, you will consistently close as well. So I think it's very simple. Just putting in the work on a daily basis.
All right, thank you for answering that. Rolex 75 says, I'm still looking forward to being on your platform to tell my story. Okay. Cannot wait to have you. Guys, we've only had Miss Joy who's joined us live tonight. You still have the opportunity to do so. You can text the word Gator, GATOR, to the number 964-5243 to receive information on how to join us live. We will be happy to have you. You can ask your questions and any follow-up questions. Guys, we were talking about Drew earlier, who was asking like where to start, and I think we were trying to figure out, was he talking about like his niche, like marketing, or was he talking about how to generate leads? And he responded and says he has $200 to $500 a month to work with. And he was just wanting to know what exactly would you do with the $200 to $500 a month. I think you kind of covered it because you said $500 would be like bandit signs or whatnot. And he just says, I want to do my first deal. And he wanted to remind you that he was Drew the barber from Maryland.
Okay. Yeah. So I would probably leverage, I guess you don't technically have to have people skills to be a barber, but you are dealing with the public, like hands-on for real. So I may start with just cold calling. That's going to be the least expensive way. But now with that, now do you have the time to put into it? So you need to probably at least have, I'm gonna say, a minimum of 2 hours. 3 to 4 would be ideal. If you have the right tools, you can be more efficient with it. Such as a phone dialer, where instead of your smartphone will work if that's the only option you have. But if you want to put it on steroids and be more efficient, where you could be dialing 10 numbers at a time, basically, then you can text the word dialer, and that will get you going in that direction. So, but with that budget, so you're gonna either be able to do cold calling, text messaging, or bandit signs. You just choose one of those methods. So.
All right. Thank you for following up on that. And Queen and Queens, thank you for following up with your question as well. She said they were targeting distressed properties, divorced, and cash geeks, sends over properties as well. But their EMD is $3,000. That's the question where could you get a loan for EMD?
There you go. She answered the question. So they're trying to target properties that are on someone's list. I guess another wholesaler or whatever. Not saying to target those, but they're asking for $3K down. Nah, you can find better deals than that out there. You know what I'm saying? Those deals are being shopped to I don't know how large their list is or whatever. I'm pretty sure they got some stuff there, but no. Farm your own deals. I knew it had to be something. I knew it couldn't be just talking directly to the owner without someone in between. I knew it couldn't be that.
$3,000 is expensive.
Yeah, that's expensive. That's expensive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put $3,000 up. Matter of fact, and I don't know if he's gonna accept it. I just started there. He may question it, but on 320 acres, I sent over a contract today. They want not 3,000 acres, so $960. But I put on the contract $2,500. I'll go up a lot more, but I put on there $2,500. So I'm putting $3,000 on the property. It's going to be worth several $100,000, to do that or whatever. So it's going to be over $500,000 for sure if I put
exactly
on the property. So, no.
Not to make three. I'm not putting up 3 to make 3.
Yeah,
I mean, I would.
There are easier deals out there. Trust me.
All right. Thank you for that. Jovi, I hope I said that correct. Are you ready to join us? Give me a wave if you are, and I'll bring you on. Yep, I see you. Thank you for joining us tonight. And where are you calling from?
I'm coming out of High Point, North Carolina.
Okay.
High Point, Fantasia, what's happening?
Oh, yeah, you know about it. How y'all doing?
Yeah.
How do you know that? That's just random.
I like that.
Yeah. How y'all doing tonight?
That'd be great. How are you?
All right. So look, I know you've been they text the FUP thing for repair value. I don't need a repair value. I'm having trouble finding a comp for a duplex. Like I watched all the videos, being on it all day, like. And, I follow all the rules. I got on Pop Stream. I even, tried to make adjustments in there. My question is, could I, because what I figured I'd do was just, the duplex is a 4-bed, 2-bath on 1,800 square feet. But,
we discussed that last week, my man, not to cut you off, but we discussed that last week with Renikia. Like she said, so you can't find any other duplexes in the area. Good. So now you know that 4.2s, find 1,800, either do it one or two ways. Find houses that are 1,800, between maybe 1,600 to 2,000 square feet, and treat those duplexes as individual units.
Like 2-bed, 1-bath.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's 2 bedrooms.
It's 2 bed, 1 bath on both sides.
I thought it was 4.2 each one. It's 2 ones. So that's basically 900 square feet. So I would be in the range maybe 800 to 1,200 square feet, somewhere in there or whatever.
Right,
so that's houses I would compare to it. You make a little because income producing property, you could pay a little more for it. But yeah, that's what I would use as your.
Thank you. Yeah, cause that's what I did. I hate I missed that video because usually I've been on you heavy for about 2 months now. I'm talking about heavy, all that. I went bought the course online. I ran through all that. I be sitting there, like random properties. I just like homework, trying to practice in my company and coming up with the ARV. I'm talking about 2-3 o'clock in the morning just doing stuff. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I use the same square footage, but just use two bedrooms, somewhere around 9 to 1,100 square feet. I am on the right track because I got a in the morning. And it's kind of, you know what I mean, like it's too. It came kind of sudden for me because I just started like earlier this week. My bandit signs finally came, and I just been putting my bandit signs out, and on a couple of vacant properties, I printed out some flyers, and I just, if you're interested in selling this property, call or text me at my number and take it on the door. You know, I heard a door hangers. I was like, shoot, door stickers. You know, but yeah, that's all. I just wanted to make sure I'm on the right track. I know you say you're gonna make mistakes, this, that, and the third, but I ain't trying to make mistakes that I ain't got to make. You feel me?
Of course.
Amen.
That's what's up, man. So I love to hear the activity. You continuously trying to educate yourself. That's what it takes.
Yes, investing in yourself.
Oh yeah.
That's it. And don't be afraid to make mistakes.
If I ain't scared to make them. I know they gonna happen. If I ain't gotta make it, I ain't gonna make it. You know what I mean? But
absolutely.
If I ain't learned nothing else, and for everybody listening, like if I ain't learned nothing else from watching all your videos, it all boils down to what you just said. Just investing in yourself. Like, you've been working for this company, that restaurant, whatever, for so long. Like that's how it hit me. Like I done put in so much work working for other people, only to be sitting where I'm sitting at now. Like nah. If I invested half that time and energy into myself, ain't no telling where I'd be. And that's why I'm glad I found you, bro. That's that spark. You lit in me, man. Like when I heard you talking, like you sound like my uncle. You remind me of my uncle, R.I.P. And to hear you talk, the way you break stuff down, like, come on, man. How can you not feel this guy? even if you is like skeptical, like. Cause at first I was skeptical, like, man, here we go, cause I don't even do all that. I was like, here we go, you know what I mean? But I forgot what video it was, but you broke it down just like that. Like, look, man, if you can't invest in yourself, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? And that's what I get from this whole thing, like this wholesaling jump. It's only what you make. That's what I got. That's what I'm gathering out of it. It's what you make and how far you willing to go for yourself. Boy. But I'm gonna stop praying. I'm gonna get off here. I ain't trying to take on everybody's time and nothing like that. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure that I was on the right track.
Where you headed, man?
Yeah, I was on the right track as far as that.
Where you driving to?
Oh, I do roadside assistance. So You know, I be seeing a lot of stuff out here. And that's another thing. I was like, with what I'm doing now, like, I'm out here, I'm exposed, like, different, multiple zip codes, you know what I mean? Like, why would I not do this? Like, why would I not take this opportunity?
You're right.
Like, I'm out here.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah.
Anytime you're doing that, man, you need to be passing out your cards to people, you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh yeah. If I wasn't driving, I'll show you my flyers right now. They in the back seat.
Yeah.
Every time I meet somebody, like, hey, you know somebody trying to sell a house?
Right.
I hit them with what I'm. It ain't really a lie, but you know what I mean. I feel like it like sweeten up my thing or whatever. But I tell them like I'm renovating, bringing beauty back to rundown neighborhoods.
So we
You know what I mean? And making them affordable for hardworking people. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm doing.
It ain't a lie. It ain't a lie. You know what I mean? Because that's what's up. Like, even in my city, like, neighborhoods that I know grew up in that used to be so beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, they time and taking a toll on, but they can
JJ, two things can be accomplished at the same time, man. The neighborhood gets improved.
Right.
Like you said.
Right, exactly.
Like you said,
I mean, you're invited into that, though. You're invited into the neighborhood.
Right, and my buyers that I've been talking to, like, I only talk to buyers who specialize in rehabs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That way I know, like, they for real. Like, they ain't, and with that, that's why, I hold this up paying out, because for $25,000 and compared and the comps that I did pull up on the 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 900 square feet, like, they hitting up there at like 150, 170,000.
You got it.
So,
that's it.
So,
right,
hey,
Flip,
Flip,
you got something you can make happen, man.
I might be sending you one, bro. I might be sending you one, bro.
And no matter how long it takes, it works. Continue to put in that work. It's going to happen. No matter how long your first 10 contracts can fail, but continue to put in that work. It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. I definitely ain't looking back, man. I had 500 to start with. You know, I got my prop stream thing, did my business signs, you know, equipment. I ain't looking back. I done spent too much money already to look back. You feel me?
There's no feeling, no
I ain't looking back.
All right, man. Well, let us know how you get down. Hit us back up, okay?
Most definitely. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. Get this bag.
Be safe out there.
This bag.
Yeah.
That's right. Have a good night, Jovi. All right. Thank you. Look at that. We've been having some motivational speakers come on.
That was a moment.
Yes, we had last week.
I thought everybody on this live had to feel that moment. Invest in yourself.
Oh, yeah.
That was a moment.
Before we get into that topic today, need properties, land or houses, text FUP. Fixed up price is what that means, but text FUP, watch the video, follow the instructions on that page. Boop, 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 boop. All right, so today's topic is wholesaling real estate the best option for new real estate investors?
Is wholesaling real estate the right option to start as a new real estate investor?
Is that what I said?
That's what you said.
Well, actually, it's different on YouTube. It's different. That's the thumbnail title. But anyway, so same thing. All right. So basically, what I'm saying is, should that be like your introduction to real estate investing?
Why not?
Now, in my opinion, whether you have money or not, whether you have great credit or not, I personally think it's a great introduction to real estate for a number of reasons. Probably the main reason is, two main reasons. It's low risk and very high reward. right? We all want to be in business opportunities like that. Low risk, high reward. The risk can be so low to zero, and the reward can be, I can't even put a number on it. You know, so that's like an infinite return. You spend zero and make money, it's an infinite return on your investment. All right. So the other thing is it teaches you how to find, locate, negotiate, tie up great real estate deals. I don't care what form of real estate you're doing. If you can consistently find great real estate deals, you don't ever have to be broke. The mentality of a wholesaler, you won't ever lose that. You're always looking, number one, the numbers to work, like tremendously. And then some levels of real estate don't have to be as cheap as houses to wholesale or whatever. But you don't lose that. And then you're also always looking to leverage other people's money for you to make money, right? That's like the perfect scenario. You find a great deal and use other people's money to capitalize off of it. Well, what gets better than that, right?
Right.
Subject to is great. Lease options great. Fix and flip is great. Need money. Rentals are great. Need money and credit. You know, with fix and flip in most cases or whatever. Subject to, you could get in that. It'll be similar to wholesaling. It's a slower grind as far as the money. You know, the paydays won't be substantial. You're looking more long-term wealth. Same thing with lease options. With lease options, you could get some substantial paydays similar to wholesaling because that down payment could be, you know, similar to a wholesale deal or whether you want to remain in the deal or not. So those are sort of in that same creative, no money down techniques of real estate. But is wholesaling the place to start, in my opinion? Whether regardless of what your end game or goals are, I think that's one of the best. I think not one of the best method to learn, because you have to learn how to generate leads, how to find great deals. Again, you won't ever lose that. You won't ever lose that. I don't care what other forms of real estate you go to. Having that understanding that, hey, I'm going to find this great deal, but on top of that, I'm not going to even spend my money, or I'm going to spend very little of it to make the money off of it. You know, so that ROI is unmatched. It is unmatched, right? So that's all I got to say about that. Do you have any thoughts you'd like to share?
No, I think everything you said 1000%. I mean, wholesaling is the lowest entry level into real estate investing. The lowest entry level. Many may say, oh, being a real estate agent is one as well, but we have to understand a real estate agent is not a real estate investor. And I can guarantee 60-70% of real estate agents that would never invest into a property outside the property that they live in. So being a real estate agent doesn't really make you a real estate investor. But to the entry level into real estate investing, wholesaling is the lowest entry level into real estate investing, and it gives you the most reward for your time and your risk, which is very low risk, like Todd stated. I believe in starting there, and I feel that a lot of us start there. I didn't start there by default, you know, to be honest. I started there because I didn't have resources to flip. So I'm like, okay, if I get in this and make a ton of money, then I can take my money to start flipping. That was my reason of starting to wholesale, because I realized that I can make a lot more money as a wholesaler than I would ever make as a real estate agent. And a lot of us start as a wholesaler because of that. But that's one reason to start as a wholesaler. But as Ty stated, you learn so much as a wholesaler. I mean, lead generation is the nuclear to a wholesaler. And on top of that, even when I'm flipping over here, I can't flip 100 deals a month. I can only buy a few of those deals. So that means, and I tell everybody, no matter if you are a flipper or buy and holder, or, you know, a long-term investor, you should always wholesale, because in order for me to buy that property, I probably got to look at 20, 30, 40 properties before I buy that property that I really want to hold and take possession of. So what I do with the other 30, 20, 39 properties, I can still make money on these properties if I understand the wholesale strategy. So I agree 1000%. Wholesaling is the best and lowest entry level into real estate investing, and it has the highest reward.
All right, there you have it, guys. That is the topic of discussion. The what do you want to call it? This is the topic of the show.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Yeah, I guess I'm sorry. The topic of the show, and there you have it. You got the answer.
Yeah.
Let's see here. TikTok, Instagram, guys. I see you there, but not really posting any questions. And those of you on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, YouTube, and let's see here. I see you still have some questions coming in as well. So greatly appreciate that. Let's see here. Mike Jones, we kind of touched on that at the very beginning when we were
Who?
Not really. Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones.
Back then.
You called that. You really called that. Mike Jones.
Right now, real quick story. Related.
What your number is? And what is number?
Hey, 281. What is it?
Oh my gosh, are you really finna do that?
I don't know what it is. I do it. 281. What is it?
Mike Jones. That was an error. That was an error.
Oh my God.
But anyway, the reason when I started putting out video, I remember when I first heard about Mike Jones, the rapper. If you all don't know, some of you youngsters might not know. Google it, YouTube search. But anyway, he was hot as hot could get when he was hot. But the first time I heard him, I heard about him. He was he was like popped in on the radio station that I listened. I think I was back home, and he just kept putting his phone number out there, right? Call and text me. That's when you had the two-way going and all that stuff,
right,
or whatever. And I was sitting there saying to myself, "That is brilliant." That's all I can say. That is brilliant.
Right.
So when I started putting out content, I put my number out there or whatever. My actual number just right here. This phone right here is still the same number or whatever. But I said, that is brilliant. That's all I can think. Right. That is brilliant. But anyway, my man Mike Jones, the other Mike Jones.
So, he says he has 35 properties ready to go, but he needs proof of funds to move forward.
Are you wholesaling?
Yeah. What's his end game? What's your end game, Mike Jones?
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Do a little follow up for me. If you're still here with us and you're online, and I will.
If you need proof of fund, I don't know what you're trying to proof up for, but I'm affiliated with a service that offers it. You can text the letters POF to 205-964-5243 if you're targeting those type of properties that require proof of funds. Then hey, just follow the information on the site. Okay, so I have a subscriber, listener, person who's joined us. I can't think of the right word to use, and it's Carlin. And you haven't talked about it much tonight, but land, I know, well, you did. You spoke of it earlier. But hey, Flipman, I forgot to ask before, what contract do you use to wholesale land? So is it the same contract? No, it's not the same contract. I have a couple of contracts I use. I have one more recently that I use, but someone gave me that contract that sparked me up, got me fired up. But Google is your friend. It's not one that I really give away. To answer the question, but Google is your friend. Just find something that you're comfortable with, and short as possible, or whatever. So,
all right.
Nothing I'm giving away. I give away right now. That may change in the future.
Okay, thank you for answering that. Okay, so Rennie, I am going to, let's see here, try to compile. I have several. You got it?
Just go ahead. I'll set it up.
Several questions for you. So I'm going to kind of read them all at one time, and we're going to come back. So the first one is, what if you have a high 700 credit score and have cash to invest, but you are a new entrepreneur? How can you get financing? Okay. The next question was, earlier we talked about, do you have to have a business in order to process the financing? And we talked about that already, but the next question was, how old does the business have to be? So we'll start with those two. And just for those of you that may like not understand exactly what we're talking about here and what your services your company provides, let them know that, and I'll go through and find the rest of the questions and I'll tag them on once you answer those two.
Perfect. Those are really great questions. So, as a first time flipper, yes, there is financing out there. We provide financing for first time flippers, or if you want to buy your first rental property, we have finances for first time flippers or first time landlords. The only time you need like an experienced or experienced partner is when you're doing new construction. We do require at least one new construction that you have done. It doesn't have to necessarily be you. You can maybe partner with someone that has done it to meet that requirement there. Now, if you're looking to be a first time flipper, 700 credit score, liquidity, you already pre-approved without me knowing what you're buying. However, for a first time flipper, we offer up to 80% of purchase and 100% of your rehab. So your down payment, you have to bring more to the table as a first time flipper. If you had experience, we can offer 90% of your purchase where your down payment is 10%. But as a first time flipper, your down payment is 20% of your purchase price. So just be mindful of that. It's just going to be a little bit more money down as a first time flipper. The business, great question. We do not require seasonal business. You can literally open a business today and I can fund and finance that property in that business name tomorrow. There's no seasonal on your business. There's no season on your funds. When I first started this real estate about 15 years ago, and you was looking to get financed, another reason why we wholesale, because when we first started real estate when I first started 15 years ago, you had to have seasonal funds in order to get financing from any lender. It has to be in your bank account for 3 months. The average person from my group of people, no one had seasonal funds. So that was just eliminated us from financing or flipping at that point because of the red tape that we had to kind of jump through. Now you do not need seasonal funds. Someone literally can wire you, cash out you, Zelle you money today, and I can use that money to fund you tomorrow. So that's a great thing that that private money is doing now, that does not require those seasonal funds or require a seasonal business.
All right. Thank you for answering that, Renikia. Next question. What's her name? The lady with tie, and her website and her number regarding the loans.
My name is Reunikia Williams. Many people call me as Reunique. I'm Reunique on all of my on my Instagram. You can find me on my first and last name on Facebook. But go to fundmynextdeal.com if you're interested in any financing to get to our main website. And you can also email me. I'm probably going to update that email address right there to another email address. But if you did want to email me, just send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll make sure I answer your questions, or we can schedule time to jump on a call if you want a little bit more one-on-one conversation.
Boom. There you guys have it. Renikia Williams across all social media platforms, funding at fkfinancials.com. And you can also go to fundmynextdeal.com to reach out to Renikia or a member of her staff. Please, guys, just remember, it is a business, 48 to 72 hours for someone to respond to you via telephone and or email. Thanks. Ty, still looking for land?
Oh, yeah.
Looking for land in all the wrong places.
Oh, text if you need to know how to talk with landowners, text the word, that's the word, MUD to the number 205-964-5243. Also, on that same page, it'll take you to dealyoulater.com. There'll be a video there to show you how to build lists to target landowners. The contract is still available to whoever wants it. Text the word contract to the number. You'll get a video link back showing you how to fill it out for sellers and buyers, and how to get it signed virtually. We came up with that word the other day. Remember, people want their properties comp, whereas houses or land. Text FUP. FUP is fixed up price. So text FUP if you're interested in that. We'll get you served up. And what else we got here? Oh, I mentioned the dollar text messaging. Okay, so people want to do the text messaging. Text the word text to the number to do it the proper way. If you need cash buyers, this is a unique way to find them. Leveraging real estate agents anywhere in the country. So text the word buyers to the number. If you want to partner with me on houses, still getting down like that too, text 5050 to the number. You're using PropStream and you want to sign up through me and get trained first, you got to sign up at Tool. Text the letters TOOL, that spells tool, and then I can't find it, but oh, here it is. Then text the word time to schedule a time to get trained by one of my team members here and use it like we use it. So that's enough keywords today.
That's a lot of keywords. Mm-hmm. Got them.
They said they like them.
Yeah.
We try to simplification.
Figure out something for
The
God.
word of the day is simplification.
Simplification. Okay. Well, it works.
I don't know if I can spell it, but I can say it.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, as we mentioned earlier, when we see you, hear you, text you, or read from you again, it will be April, 4th month of the year. This year is going by fast. Plenty of time, though, to make a change, to put some effort into educating yourself consistently and consistently educating yourself on wholesaling real estate and other investment real estate investments, other ways to invest in real estate. Got tongue tied there. So most definitely plenty of opportunities to be had, plenty of money to be made. This is an opportunity to create generational wealth for your family. This goes beyond just you. It's more than just rental properties. It's bigger than all of that. This is a stepping stone that allows you and affords you the opportunity to invest in so many other things. But this is not easy per se, but it is a simple process if you just take the time to dive into all of this free information. Rennie, any closing words for our viewers, listeners, subscribers?
I think the slogan today is invest into yourself. I think that was the key moment of today, is invest into yourself. You're going to get the greatest return if you just invest into yourself. And what I love what the guy stated is if he put half of the energy that he put in going to someone else and building someone else's business into building himself, he don't know where he'll be. So just think about that. If we just put half of the energy of what we do for other businesses and put that energy in building our own legacy, and see what that takes you.
That's it. That's it. All right, guys. Ty, anything?
And again, you got all the keywords. I ain't gonna do that
Okay.
again. So
we
good to go, and let's go old school. We'll see you on the flip side.
All right, guys, we'll see you on the flip side, and invest in yourself.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.